that shit on the headlight. That shit on the headlight.
Hello, hello, and welcome back, everyone here at CSA. It's Rob here with Blizzy producing today. Ecstatic to be here. Ecstatic to be kicking off our season 2 with our initial draft lottery. Immediately take your shirt off, Rob. Wow, we are going fast. Okay, but I couldn't be more excited to be here. Before we get straight into it, we got a couple things that we got to go over. A few changes, a few big ones actually. First and foremost, the introduction of a second prize pool tier. That you heard it correct. So we have world class and a brand new tier, premier, right below it that also has a $250 prize pool to go with the 750 of world class at the moment. Next, the other big change is roster sizes. Last season, there were a lot of forfeits, a lot of people quitting the league, a lot of people, just unfortunately not able to show up for matches, particularly in the tiers below an average of GC3. And that's going to mean that we have 4-man rosters for all tiers below GC3. So the bottom 3, being professional, novice, and academy, are all going to have 4-man rosters going into season 2. And we're here for the same reason. We're here for one reason. We're going straight into our season 2 draft lottery. Starting out at academy, we're going to be going from pick 16 all the way up to pick 1, same way all the way through until we get to our world class tier. So, without further ado, here we go. Oh, actually, one more thing. All of our new franchises, to account for not having an opportunity to have keepers per se, they are given an additional 2% chance to not get picked early on. That means that this is going to help them just maybe a slight push to a slightly better pick on average, as they don't have someone to build their team around. That said, when we get to our prize pool tiers in both Premier and World Class, all weights will be even among all franchises. So, without further ado, let's get straight into our academy. Pick 16 goes to yeah, your GM of this. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Luigi. Miami Mako's in the first pick. Zoms probably biting his lips there. And Luigi, call it a good omen or a bad omen, gets picked right away. Miami Mako's pick 16 in Academy, moving into pick 15. Oh, Kitty Meow Meow and the Baltimore Boxers will retain pick 15 in Academy, moving on to pick 14. Pick 14, and we see our first new franchise, Jay, in the Philadelphia Phoenix. I'm excited to see what they can do, but not probably the pick they were looking for to start out. Pick 13 now in Academy. Sees last season's novice monster, the Rochester Renegades, and power at pick 14. Nope, pick 13. Moving into pick 12 now. Dondo and the New Orleans Nightmare. They will be taking pick 12 onto pick 11. Busy and the Akron Kings retain pick 11. And Zoms make a fun point about last season, where his best pick in a 16-team tier was actually pick 9. So, if he doesn't get picked here, he at least ties his personal best. We'll see what we are rocking with. Oh, okay. I need to change it. AK and the Chicago Titans getting picked here at pick 10. Now, Zoms at least ties his personal best, and he will beat it today as Iwu and the San Diego Sea Lions take pick 9, wrapping up the bottom half of Academy, moving into the top half now, pick 8. Pick 8 in Academy will be going to Haz in the Toronto 6. Worth noting, as we are into our top half here, 3 of the 4 GMs, or 4 of the 5 GMs with new slightly 2% increased odds made it this far. So worth watching as we go in to see if that continues. They have slightly worse odds to get picked, Jay. So they last longer is the idea. Tijuana Toros and Okeanas, another one of our new GMs here at pick 7. So yeah, if you go to the entries, you can see here they actually have 4 shares of the pot, whereas the old franchises have 5. So there's slightly less likely to get picked, if you will, as opposed to more likely, just to clear up any confusion in chat. And PTSD from season 1 lottery, those who know about the ball machine. Okay, San Antonio Stallions and Takeover getting picked here at number 6 into our top 5 in Academy. Zoms in the Denver Shred absolutely blowing his personal best pick out of the water. 3 new franchises. And so GM of the season, 3 new franchises, and one of the owners. Rigged already? What can I say? Welcome to CSA. That was a joke. All right. Pick number 5 will be going to Flo and the New York Vanguard. Awesome, great new GM. Really excited what he does to see what he does here. And into our final 4 here, Condra and the Atlanta Aces. I don't know what's going on here. Um, I mean, we still got two new franchises in the GM of the season. Zoms is probably having the best time of his life right now. As I say that, he gets picked. Number 3 pick in Academy goes to the Denver Shred, and number 2 and number 1 to be decided here among 2 of the new franchises in CSA. The number 2 pick will be going to Jose and the St. Louis Archers, which means that Demo and your Savannah Phantoms will be having the number 1 pick. You know, we'll give him a spin. Demo and your Savannah Phantoms will be having the number 1 pick in Academy. Yeah, Demo might take himself first overall. Savannah Phantoms, and that wraps up our first tier here. So Academy now we see all 16. It was exciting. It was actually really interesting. A lot of things coming into play here. I mean, it all depends, right, on how things go for the next tiers and if the luck continues. But right now, a couple of those new GMs and Zoms are probably having a great time. So without any further ado, we're just looking to get right through this, keep everyone entertained. Let's go straight into Novice. So all of our odds have been reset. As you can see, everyone is back on it. We have our 4 for all of the new franchises, and we have our 5 for all of the old ones. So again, it's like that. Oh, shout out to all 8 new subs here today. Production letting me know that we are having a lot of support in chat. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of CSA. If you like what we do, hop in the Discord, apply for staff, get involved. The more people that we have, the cooler it is. The more things like this that we can do, the bigger the prize pool, the more pros we get. So super excited for the growth of CSA. Could never be here without all of you guys either. As we just hit our 10 out of 10 goal. And Demo, thank you for the sub as well. I'm getting that's your number 1 pick in Savannah Phantoms. We actually had an agreement that if he subbed, he'd get number 1. That's why he did that. That was also a joke. Moving into Novice, pick number 16 goes to that's gotta be scripted. Oh my goodness, and it's the Miami Makers again. It can't be the balls. It can't be me this time. Don't know what's going on, but Luigi. That's tough. That is back-to-back times. It was almost Zoms. It made it over to you. And Zoms ended up getting a top 3 pick, actually, as he had a 16 scare the first time, 16 scare that time. Luigi getting the short end of the stick. I don't know what to tell you. And Savannah Phantoms going from pick number 1 in Academy to pick number 15 in Novice. Oh, let me clear this list. Hold on. How do I do this? All right, we're just going to remember on the list that our wonderful producer and admin Blizzy made on the other side of the screen that pick 16 of the Miami Makos, 15 are Savannah Phantoms, and moving on to pick 14 now. Pick 14 in Novice goes to the Chicago Titans and AK. Pick 13 in Novice, moving forward. Oh, Jay and the Philadelphia Phoenix. I know he and Juan are having a tough time over there. Not excited about this, but you never know, the luck can turn around. Yeah, law of averages, man. Anything that can happen will happen given enough time. And Zoms in the Denver Shred, not quite having the luck this time, narrowly escapes 16, still finds a way to slot in here at 12, and moving on to pick 11 now for your novice tier. Has in the Toronto Six, has last season had, I believe, the highest average draft position in all of CSA as a GM. So I'm curious to see. I forgot already what he had in Academy, but in Novice here, down at 11, might be drafting from some different spots. Condra and your Atlanta Aces here at pick 10. Moving forward now to pick 9. Final 2 picks in the back half of the draft. Pick 9 goes to Jose and the St. Louis Archers. Wrapping up our, oh no, that did wrap up our bottom half. So into the top half of this tier, Iwu and your San Diego Sea Lions will be taking pick 8. Moving on now to pick 7. Pick 7 will go to the novice team of dreams from last season, if you will, the Rochester Renegades. Fun fact, due to all of the 2K-flation, as it's been called, all 3 Rochester players went up by at least 100 salary and are still in novice. So they could do something really funny. Anyway, moving into pick 6 here in novice, we find ourselves with Takeover and the San Antonio Stallions. It's got to be happy with that. Now moving into our top 5 in novice, we see the New York Vanguard and the Tijuana Toros here again. Torosco here, can't be mad about a pick 5. Into the final 4, I believe the New York Vanguard were here in Academy as well. So good start for Flo. And did I jinx him? I did not. Dondo and the New Orleans Nightmare get picked into our top 3. We have Kitty Meow Meow, great name. Kitty Meow Meow 360, actually, and the Baltimore Boxers. Busy and the Akron Kings, and Flo in the New York Vanguard. To round out our novice tier, pick 3 goes to Kitty Meow Meow and the Baltimore Boxers. Personally, one of my favorite logos in the entire of CSA, by the way. It is beautiful. I really, really enjoy it. So shout out Kitty. And here we have our top 2. As you can see, that waiting for Flo coming in here as a brand new GM. Just a little bit more of the pie here for Busy. So let's see. Pick number 2 goes to Why Busy RL and the Akron Kings, which means we don't have to spin it, but we will. Pick number 1 in all of novice goes to, who's it going to be? The New York Vanguard and their brand new GM, Flo. Alrighty, so that wraps us up for novice. We saw quite a bit of a turnaround for some of these GMs, some that were not drafting in the best spots for in the academy tier that ended up getting some good luck in novice. We also saw some cough cough. I am so sorry, Luigi. I'll be pulling for you here from here on out because that is really unlucky. Pick 16 in both tiers so far. Quite literally the worst possible luck that you could get. So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go quick right into it. Please wheel pick anyone but Luigi. You know what? I'm even going to, just to make sure it doesn't happen the same exact spin, I'm going to move the Miami Makos around on the board. Just who knows? Maybe that does nothing. But as you can see, the odds remain the same. Still that 2% difference going into professional here. And reminder that the actual draft day is on August 24th. You can find all of that information in our FAQ channel at the top of our Discord. I will put my the Luigi right next to Condra. That'll make for some good content. So, without further ado, everyone, hope Luigi does not get picked early on. Going into the professional tier, we have not Luigi, Has with pick 16. So again, as I was talking about, didn't have very good luck last round. Not this round either. And Has, who had the best average pick slot in season one, will have a little bit of a different route to building those rosters this time around. Pick 15 now. No! No! So, Luigi, I don't know what to tell you, man. It can't be me. Can't be me. I'm not putting the balls in the bingo machine this time. Um, you saw the odds. 16, 16, 15. Go by. Yeah, you have some. Listen, man, you have the best second round picks in the entire league. That is awesome. You know what? That's a huge advantage. Pick number one, and number two in the second round right now. Someone's got to stop Luigi, man. Let's go. All right. Okay, pick 14 in professional goes to, oh my God, this is content like you could not create. Philadelphia Phoenix, Jay and Juan, two other people getting a real short end of the stick right now. You saw the odds. I made them before this. Unlucky situation. AK in the Chicago Titans as well. I promise. Here, you know what? Let's switch. Let's make them. Let's move people around a little bit. Let's have some fun. Let's put Busy next to Zoms, and let's put Takeover on the other side. And now we have a Zoms sandwich. Okay, on to pick 12. In professional, we have almost someone from the Zoms sandwich. Not quite. Power in the Rochester Renegades. On to pick 11 as we approach. You didn't know we had beef. I didn't know we had beef either, dude. I'm sorry. I guess I hate you or something. San Diego Sea Lions and Iwu. Another relatively average pick for them here. Moving on to pick 10. Pick 10 goes to your San Antonio Stallions. So takeover at that point. Rounding out the final two picks in the bottom half of professional. You've heard me say it before. You're going to hear me say it again. Denver Shred and GM of the season last season, Zomzoms. You don't like rigged leagues? I don't either. All right, moving forward into pick 8, the top half of the tier. We have Jose and the St. Louis Archers. Somehow, Flo in the New York Vanguard and Oak and the Tijuana Toros, they're paying someone money. It's not me. The people at the creator of the wheel, because they're still in this. The Baltimore Boxers and Kitty Meow Meow now go here at pick 7. Into our top 6 once more. This is where it gets really interesting. The early picks in these rounds, in these tiers, are really valuable because if you don't know, in CSA you don't get placed in a tier. You get an MMR assigned, and it's wherever you're drafted. So having a really early pick in one of these allows you to get anyone who's fallen who maybe wasn't supposed to. So shout out all the people who have, and unlucky for all the people who have not. Yeah, maybe for making this deal with you. Into our top 5 once more after Okianaz and the Tijuana Toros, or Sakuda and the Tijuana Toros. Take pick 6. Dondo and the New Orleans Nightmare. Take pick 5. You can't make this up. We've seen these teams here before. Everyone has the exact same odds. Unlucky situation for some of you. Moving now into pick 4. Condra and your Atlanta Aces. And I think we've actually seen this top 3. Maybe not. Who knows? Busy and the Akron Kings now at pick 3. And it's 2 brand new GMs once more. So there's no odds on this. It's a straight 50-50 between Flo for his first overall pick and Demo in his second first overall pick, I believe. So shout out those guys. You should probably try to buy their picks from them. Okay. Demo and the Savannah Phantoms will be taking the second overall pick in professional as pick number 1 in the tier. goes to who other than Flo and the New York Vanguard. Back to back first overall picks for Flo. I'm glad he's getting all this luck out now because I'm probably gonna have to play him on land. Did he make? Where's he at in MCS? I forgot. Anyway, a lot of interesting storylines already forming here with a lot of these picks. Um, Most notably, Luigi having a really tough time. Luigi in the Miami Makos, as well as Jay Wan in the Philadelphia Phoenix. So that's not ideal for them. However, if you look on the other side of that coin, a couple GMs, most notably Flo, Demo, and I believe Busy at the moment, are having some pretty good luck. One thing that we did not do this season that we did last season, which we can talk about going into season 3, is weighing each tier based on how lucky you got before. So I opted this time, instead of doing manually equalization, just allowing every tier to have the same odds for everyone, regardless of what happened last time. Hopefully it evens out. And if you get unlucky, you get unlucky. So less control from me. We can talk about whether we like that, we don't like that. But talking point for the off season at least. Anyway, moving into now. The first of our half of the tiers, we have Superstar, which we are still remaining weighted, as the almost every franchise has keepers there. And then after this tier, we will be removing all weights to get all together, and everything will be completely equal. So without further ado, getting into our Superstar tier, pick 16 goes to, well, let me move some of these people around. I'll put all the people who've been having really good luck right next to each other. So that way, when someone almost gets picked, it messes with someone who had really good luck. I'll put Luigi all the way on the other side. Let's see. So it was Savannah, New York, Tijuana, and the Akron Kings so far. So we're gonna do this. And you know what? Maybe that does absolutely nothing. I have absolutely no idea how this works. I'm not a stats major, but in my head, it'll stop everyone from having such good luck. So tell me if I'm right or wrong. All opinions are valid unless they're incorrect opinions. Why not just click shuffle? It's a terrible idea. Oh, what a wonderful result. Zoms in the Denver Shred. Last pick in Superstar. Woo! Shout out to Denver Shred. Make him work for something. All right. So pick 16 went to the Denver Shred. Pick 15 now going to, seems to be working already, the Tijuana Toros and Okeanos. Moving into pick 14 of your Superstar tier, we have not Luigi. Let's go. It's his best run so far across 3 tiers. Everyone give Luigi a round of applause. Chicago Titans get here at pick 14, and it's already a personal best. How far can the Miami Makos go in this Superstar tier? Oh, my strategy is genius, apparently, because the Savannah Phantoms in demo. Also, here get picked a little bit early at pick 13. And again, every time Luigi sees a spin with his name not at the end of it, he's rejoicing because this doesn't happen to him much. Jay and Juan take a deep breath of relief. Oh, yeah, it did. Yep. All right. It's all right. Production's being a little silly, but understandably so, because this whole wheel's a little silly with Luigi's terrible luck so far. Pick 12 now, moving forward. Oh, pick 11, sorry, moving forward, as the Atlanta Aces just took pick 12. Pick 11 to Dondo and the New Orleans Nightmare. Uh, could we slot Atlanta Aces between Savannah Phantoms and New Orleans on the thing on the left? Production man. Atlanta Aces are right. We're at pick 12, right between Savannah and New Orleans. So New Orleans is pick 11. W. No worries at all. Just want to make sure everything is displayed correctly for so there's no confusion. All right. So that was Atlanta at pick 12, New Orleans at pick 11. Now moving into pick 10 of our superstar tier. We have Power and the Rochester Renegades. Been having a lot of the average pick luck this time around. Oh my goodness. Raining Rello wrappers. Oh, and Takeover sighs a breath of relief as the San Diego Sea Lions unfortunately get picked over him here. And now into the top 8, Miami Makos and Luigi has essentially doubled his previous best. Top 8, here we go. I'm personally rooting for them. Pick 7. Uh, okay. Pick 7 goes to Busy and the Akron Kings. Oh, maybe I lied. Oh my, that's about as close as it could be. Yeah, and moving now into our top 6 situation here. Someone get this guy off the board. Where is Flo getting this from? Hose and the St. Louis Archers get pick 6, and New York Vanguard for the 3rd tier in a row find themselves in a top 5 situation with some unfamiliar names thus far, though. We have the Philadelphia Phoenix, who haven't had the best luck so far. Baltimore, I think, is a little on the lower end, along with the other 3. So New York really is the only one just gaining a lead, whereas apparently Flo's actually top 5 for the 4th tier in a row. Someone go buy a lottery ticket, buddy. Like, I don't know what's going on. But into our top 5 here, we have, oh my goodness, takeover in the San Antonio Stallions at pick 5. Kitty Meow Meow finds his way into the Final Four situation. And as we move forward, pick number 4 goes to Has in the Toronto 6. Somebody stop this Flow guy. He cannot get another first overall pick. Pick number 3 goes to, please, please don't go to Philadelphia. Thank you. Pick number 3 goes to Flo and the New York Vanguard. And a brand new top 2 here. We have Kitty and the Baltimore Boxers against Jay and the Philadelphia Phoenix, both for their first number 1 pick of this season. Your number 2 pick goes to the Philadelphia Phoenix in Superstar, and we'll spin it for them for their victory lap. The number 1 overall pick goes to Kitty Meow Meow 360 and the Baltimore Boxers. So, an incredible. I actually think that there's a chance, without having them in front of me, that all 3 of the top 3 picks there are in the same. Are all 4 of them in the same division? Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and Toronto. Yeah. So that entire division has picks 1 through 4. So that'll be really interesting to see how that manifests itself in with these top teams or top players competing with and against each other. And as Superstar has now wrapped up, and we saw a little bit of luck equalizing for some of these guys. I know it wasn't what we wanted for our goat Luigi and his assistant here, Ashes, but 7th is not bad, so it could have been worse. That being said, now we get to move on to our prize pool tiers. What this means is all of the odds are back and equalized. So everyone has the exact same chance of being picked for every single spin. There is no more luck. Like, oh, this guy, oh, obviously there's a lot of luck. It's a wheel, right? But it's no more like, this guy has better odds. Nope. Just pure, every single one has the exact same. So without further ado, going to our first prize pool tier, our brand new tier of Premier. Pick 16 in the Premier tier goes to Demo and the Savannah Phantoms, balancing out that number 1 pick from earlier. So he's got 1 draft where he's at the very top, 1 at the very bottom. Can be fun ways, efficient ways of building teams. Pick 15 goes to Condra in the Atlanta Aces. Pick 14 in our $250 prize pool premier tier goes to Okeanas and the Tijuana Toros. If you're in chat, do you want to let me know if you go by Oak, Sakuda, like you, the chosen one? Let me know what your name goes by nowadays. As pick 13 goes to yo, somebody send this guy like $5 or something. I just feel bad. I'll send me your address, Luigi, bro. I'll order you a pizza. We'll have a better day. All right. Pick 12. Yeah, that's unlucky. Sorry about that, brother. Goes to Kitty Meow Meow and the Baltimore Boxers. Moving quickly to our next one. Pick 11 here goes to AK and the Chicago Titans. I feel like he's gotten several 11s so far. Pick 10, moving quickly once more in our $250 Premier Division, goes to Dondo and the New Orleans Nightmare. Rounding out our bottom half of picks in the tier here, we have Haz and the Toronto Six at pick 9. And somebody get Flo out of the top half, please. Pick 8 as we enter our top half goes to Takeover in the San Antonio Stallions. Pick 7, moving even deeper into our top half, goes to Busy and the Akron Kings. And if Flo does not get picked here, he now has a top 5 pick in all 5 tiers that have gone. Oh my goodness, and he survives another day. Jose, feel like he's gotten a bunch of number 6, not quite cracking that top 5, but yeah, number 6 here goes to Jose, and we got some new names, some old names, some fun ones. Interesting top 5 here. I think it's San Diego's first time being here. Excited to see them. And at pick 5, we have Zoms and the Denver Shred. Moving into pick 4 now, here in our $250 tier. Please, please land there. Yes. Fuck you, Flo. All right, New York Vanguard. Do not get another number 1 pick. Thank goodness. Okay. Number 4. And into our top 3 now. We have the Rochester Renegades with power 22 power. 22 power 22. Sorry, got it reversed. Jay and the Philadelphia Phoenix. And Iwukami of the San Diego Sea Lions. And again, despite the fact that Jay's a new GM, it's completely even odds. Even odds? That's a fun one. 6-7. Okay. As it's a prize pool tier. So it's all even. Same chance at the money. Pick 3 in Premier goes to Jay and the Philadelphia Phoenix. Okay. And that's another back-to-back top 3 picks for the Philadelphia Phoenix after starting off pretty tough. Moving into now our top 2 picks. Number 2 of our $250 tier in Premier goes to your San Diego Sea Lions and Iwukami. And as we wait for the victory lap, Power and your Rochester Renegades will have the number 1 pick in Premier, arguably the most valuable pick in CSA, as you get the player who drops from world class. So really, really interesting here. And that puts us in a fun spot because we now get to move into the tier that everyone has been waiting for. That is the big money tier with names like Gyro, names like Patty, names like S5 Cosmic, Percy, Chronovi. King himself is here. The chance to draft one of these names, a professional, a top 4 finisher in North America the last several years, to draft the first ever world champion of Rocket League. This wheel will determine where these players at this stature end up. I will do a few shuffles for the wheel if you want to go back full screen to our device here. I will hit shuffle. We're gonna do We're going to do 4 times. I'm going to hit shuffle 4 times to change up where the names are. We're going to see what that looks like. I'm going to do absolutely nothing based on what it looks like except for talk about it. And then we're going to go for it. So, 1. Oh, I got to make sure all the people are clicked. Hold on. That doesn't count. Because I forgot to click some names. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. With our 4 shuffles, this is our final wheel with everyone having exact same odds, as you can see. Moving into our world class draft. Pick 16 will go to your last number 1 pick winner, actually, Power in the Rochester Renegades. And keep in mind, it is a 3rd round reversal for world class. So this last pick, you actually get the number 1 pick in the 2nd and 3rd round. So it may seem like, oh no, I don't get gyro, but you get a lot of really good talent. And so there's going to be a lot of really interesting teams that are built, really interesting strategies employed, as pick 15 goes to Zoms in the Denver Shred. Moving forward, pick 14 in the $750 prize pool, world class, goes to a previous top 3 San Diego Sea Lions and Iwukami. Pick 13, rounding out the bottom quarter of our draft, goes to Kitty Meow Meow 360 and the Baltimore Boxers. Moving in now, pick 12 in our world class tier goes to Demo and your Savannah Phantoms, as the New York Vanguard have lived to see yet another day. All right, pick 11 in world class goes to somebody. Check on this man. Send him some messages. Send him some love. Send him some support. He's going to need it because this is tough. My heart goes out to you, Luigi. I'm sorry. Moving into now, pick 10 in world class goes to Busy and your Akron Kings. Pick number 9 goes to about as close as it could be, Takeover and your San Antonio Stallions. Now we enter our top half of our very top tier, world class top 8, decided now on stream who gets the number 1 pick, who gets the best chance, their choice to build their team for all the marbles. Has in the Toronto 6, not going to be you today, pick 8. Moving on now to pick 7. AK in the Chicago Titans. The New York Vanguard still on the board yet again, going for top 5 in every single tier would be ridiculous. Pick number 6 in world class goes to Condra and the Atlanta Aces. Flo and the Vanguard have done it. Top 5 everywhere. And now we're entering our top 5 here. For reference, this means that you are drafting a 2,400 peak in 2s at minimum. You are getting one of the best players in the world, pro experience, a pro right now, tens of thousands of dollars in earnings, likely. This is to decide who gets to build their master class in world class. Moving in, without further ado, pick number 5 in world class goes to Jose and the St. Louis Archers. Into our final 4 now. We have Dondo, the New Orleans Nightmare, Sakuda, Okeanas, and the Tijuana Toros, Jay in the Philadelphia Phoenix, along with Flo in the New York Vanguard. Pick number 4 will go to... Oh my goodness. Oh, and it's going to be Okeanas and the Tijuana Toros. We have our top 3. Into top 3 of world class. Again, Flo remains here. Philadelphia and New Orleans both have had a little bit of bad luck so far. Philadelphia had a good pick last round, giving themselves a good spot. Top 3 now. Where do we go? Pick number 3 of world class goes to. How is it not the New York Vanguard? New Orleans Nightmare has taken it at number 3. And to determine the number 1 pick of world class, we have the New York Vanguard and the Philadelphia Phoenix. Who will get it? It looks close. It looks like the Vanguard are going to be getting pick number 2. And I mean, you know what that means. It's not a number 1 pick. It's not what they really wanted. They're happy with it. But as we spin this wheel one final time for this season, your world class number 1 pick goes to Jay Wan and the brand new franchise, the Philadelphia Phoenix. Congratulations. I can't wait to see what all of these teams end up doing. And without too much of a break, let's take a look at what all of the different tiers look like across all of the picks. Looking over at these, you're going to notice, let's see. I'm going to put an announcement out with the average placement and what everything looks like. But right away, you see those Vanguard have a top 5 pick in literally every tier. That gives them, I mean, I can't imagine getting that lucky. Whew, pardon me. Oh my goodness. So New York puts themselves in a great spot. Savannah has a top 2 picks. Philadelphia has a couple top picks. On the other end, you look at your Miami Makos. Man, Miami Makos. I mean, yeah, Phoenix have 3 bottom 5 and 3 top 5. Makos have 1 in the top half. Sounds awful, right? Sounds, oh man, like what terrible luck. Your GM of the season last season, Zamzams, actually was in a very similar spot. His best pick was pick number 9, and he had the worst average draft position of any GM based on lottery, and he ended up with the number 1 franchise. So it could be really unlucky, or maybe we're all thinking about it wrong, and if there's something to that, you could have a really good starting spot. I will say the most interesting part is the best franchises last season were either top 3 in good luck or top 3 in bad luck. So if you're kind of in the middle, we haven't seen a team in a franchise in CSA succeed thoroughly. So it's really interesting. I'm excited to see how these numbers play out. And if you want to take it back to me as I say a few final words, I just want to thank all of you for being here. CSA has became a thing less than a year ago, right? We just finished our first season. The amount of support has been incredible. We could never be where we are without everyone who's in the stream, all of our 60-something staff members that we've gone through, not even just what we have now, but everyone who's ever played a role in this, from Notice and Chandra and likewise is starting to build this months ago, right? To where we are now with a stream with 60 concurrent viewers for an hour, drafting names like Gyro and Chronovi, right? So I want to work to build the best space for competitive Rocket League in a draft that has ever been created. And I cannot wait to see what the next steps are for myself, for Blizzy in production, for everyone in here, for the league. I am ecstatic with the growth that we've had. I can't wait to see where we go. This is beyond any of our wildest dreams. Before I go after that, actually, we do have a show match this Tuesday. It is a show tournament, if you will, between 12 of the highest placed players in CSA, including players like Gyro, including players like Cosmic, including players on a full scholarship to Division I schools. We have a ton of talent coming out for that. So that's going to be Tuesday, August 19th, 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be really cool. $100 prize pool, winner takes all, mini tournament. All donations that we get in that time go straight to the prize pool as well. So you can donate straight to these professional players and they're giving their time to our league, right? You can donate to their winnings. So make sure you don't miss that. Tuesday, August 19th, 7 p.m. EST to 10 p.m. EST. But back to what I was saying, thank you for being here, for helping this be what it is. It's grown faster beyond any of our wildest dreams. I could not be more thankful. None of us could. Let's continue to make CSA as incredible as we can. It's not a one-person thing. We all are here. We are all a part of it. If you have feedback, open a ticket, let us know. If something doesn't go how you think it should, let us know. One thing that differentiates us between a lot of people is we're willing to admit our mistakes and grow and change to what our league wants and what the players want. We're a league for the best, for the players, ideally the best players, right? And if they don't like it, we want to change it. So thank you for being here. Give us some feedback. Help us grow. Don't hate on us and leave. If you think something's done poorly, give us a chance to change it and be better. And I promise you, you will not regret it. What we have here is special. You're not going to want to miss it. This has been Rob. This has been Blizzy. This has been CSA. It's been incredible. And with that, have a tremendous rest of your night. I cannot wait to see you all in season 2.
the headlight. Drop that shit on the headlight.